Music. How does it relate to you? Or better yet, how do you relate to it? What is music to you? I grew up listening to a wide variety of music, which is probably why I enjoy such a wide variety nowadays. But really, I sometimes think that maybe I'm being a little too critical of the music of today. Some days I feel like I'm turning into a typical music listener. Things just aren't as good as they used to be.
Boom, pow, bang, doo doo doo.
Music is most influential to the average listener during their teens and early 20s. These are the days that people remember the best, or forget the most. They say the teen years are the best years of your life, which is really hard to believe when you're going through rough times. The teen years suck most of the time, if not all of the time. Between then and going into your 20s, before you settle down and start a family, well, I mean, some people don't get that far, settling down, I mean. But these are the days when we develop ourselves and our own taste in music. So once you get past your early 20s, you start to wonder what the hell happened to music. We look at where music was and what it's grown into, and some people can't accept it. I find myself falling into this category from time to time, and it sort of scares me. I never wanted to be one of those people who couldn't accept change in music. But I find hope in myself when I realize all the great music, new and old, that I've discovered since then. I also remember, even when I was younger, I enjoyed more than just popular music. Usually it was just overplayed, and there were so many great unrecognized tracks on each album. But either way, it makes me stop and think, especially after I did my video on autotune. I think maybe I'm being too critical of autotune. I mean, technically, maybe it's just my age, and I can't understand how it's being so well accepted, because I've fallen into a rut musically. But once again, there's always hope. First off, all those from the younger generation who agree with me on my views of autotune. Also, I listen to all the great rap that's come out that doesn't involve autotune over the past couple of years. Not to mention, we had Britney, Christina, and the boy bands. I mean, and we got over them for the most part. Carrying on, I listen to a lot of different music, and the worst feeling I get is when a band seemingly sells out. But then I remember Metallica. When the Black Album came out, all the major Metallica fans thought Metallica was selling out, when they're just expanding their horizons. So maybe I've been a little harsh to Snoop for what he's doing now. Maybe Cascada is just trying something new with Pyromania, even if it is a little Lady Gaga-ish. And I don't know what the hell is up with Slipknot with their latest single, Snuff. But should I really hate on these artists for trying something new? Normally I'd say no, because it's my choice whether I listen to it or not. But still, sometimes it just makes me shake my head in disapproval. Another thing that got me thinking about this was when I do my reviews on CDs or new artists or even the news. Basically, what I think I'm trying to get across is that I'm not perfect when I do my reviews. I try my best to be fair to all types of music, but I'm probably going to be more favorable to stuff I enjoy. I also wanted to do this video to mention to anyone who future subscribes or friends me on YouTube, if you put out music, I'm probably going to review it at some point, unless you specifically ask me not to. I like to think that I have a fair knowledge of music and what the general public likes, even if it's not my personal preference. Now, this could be just a misguided sense of pride that I have, but hell, I gotta think I'm good at something. If you haven't watched any of my reviews before, I'll link them in the more info. Anyway, this is me. I'm out.
You've been watching this guy and his point of view. Please comment, rate, and subscribe.
I think that's about it, so